Have you ever wondered why criminals today are caught much faster than they were decades ago? There was a time when police had almost no DNA testing, no security cameras, and very limited technology. Some investigations lasted for years, leaving families without answers and detectives with more questions than clues. But a few historic cases completely changed the way crimes are solved. These investigations introduced new forensic techniques, improved police procedures, and helped create methods that are still used around the world today. In this video, we will count down 7 investigations that changed crime solving forever. Stay until the end because the #1 case completely transformed modern forensic science and still influences criminal investigations today. Number 7, the Green River Investigation. For years, police in Washington state faced one of the largest murder investigations in American history. Victims kept being discovered, but investigators struggled to identify the person responsible. At the time, forensic technology was limited, and many important clues could not be analyzed properly. The investigation continued for decades. Detectives carefully preserved evidence instead of giving up. That decision proved to be incredibly important. Years later, improved DNA testing allowed investigators to re-examine old evidence using technology that did not exist when the crimes first occurred. The breakthrough showed police around the world the importance of preserving evidence. Even if today's technology cannot solve a case, tomorrow's technology might. Many police departments changed how they stored evidence because of lessons learned from this investigation. Number 6, the Nightstalker investigation. In the mid-1980s, a series of terrifying crimes spread fear across Southern California. The attacks appeared random, making it difficult for investigators to predict where the suspect might strike next. Instead of working separately, multiple police departments began sharing information more closely than ever before. Detectives compared fingerprints, witness statements, and crime scene details across different cities. This investigation demonstrated how cooperation between agencies could dramatically improve an investigation. It also highlighted the importance of sharing databases instead of keeping information isolated within individual departments. Today, cooperation between local, state, and federal agencies has become a standard part of major criminal investigations. Number 5, the BTK investigation. For decades, investigators searched for a criminal who repeatedly contacted police and local newspapers with letters describing his crimes. Despite the messages, investigators could not determine his identity. Years later, advances in digital forensic science became the key. Information recovered from electronic media connected investigators to the suspect, ending one of the longest investigations in modern history. The case reminded investigators that criminals often leave behind digital evidence without realizing it. Since then, digital forensics has become one of the fastest growing fields in criminal investigations. Computers, phones, storage devices, and online activity are now examined in almost every major case. Number 4, the Golden State Killer investigation. This investigation remained unsolved for more than 40 years. Detectives had collected DNA evidence, but no match appeared in criminal databases. The case seemed impossible to solve. Everything changed when investigators used investigative genetic genealogy. By comparing crime scene DNA with publicly available family history information that users had voluntarily shared through genealogy services, detectives identified distant relatives and gradually built a family tree that led them to the suspect. The investigation demonstrated a completely new approach to solving cold cases. Since then, investigators have reopened hundreds of unsolved cases using similar methods, while also raising important discussions about privacy, ethics, and responsible use of genetic information. Number 3, the Lindbergh kidnapping investigation. In 1932, the kidnapping of Charles Lindbergh's young son shocked the entire United States. The investigation became one of the most famous criminal cases in history. Authorities carefully tracked ransom money by recording serial numbers on the bills. Months later, some of those bills appeared in circulation, providing investigators with valuable leads. The case also led to major legal changes. Kidnapping across state lines became a federal crime in the United States, allowing federal investigators to become involved much earlier. It showed how one investigation could permanently change both law enforcement procedures and criminal law. Number 2. The Colin Pitchfork investigation. In the 1980s, investigators in England faced a difficult murder case. Traditional investigative methods had reached a dead end. Scientists introduced a revolutionary new technique called DNA fingerprinting. For the first time, DNA evidence was used not only to identify the guilty person, but also to clear an innocent suspect who had previously confessed. This moment changed forensic science forever. DNA became one of the most reliable forms of evidence in criminal investigations. Today, DNA analysis is used worldwide to identify suspects, exclude innocent people, identify unknown victims, and solve decades-old cold cases. Number 1. The Innocence Project and modern DNA exonerations. Our final entry is not one single investigation, but a movement that transformed criminal justice. As DNA testing became more advanced, lawyers and scientists began reviewing old convictions where biological evidence still existed. In case after case, modern DNA analysis proved that some innocent people had been wrongly convicted years earlier. At the same time, investigators were able to identify the real offenders in several of those cases. These investigations completely changed how evidence is handled. Police departments improved evidence preservation, forensic laboratories adopted stricter scientific standards, and courts became more aware of the importance of reliable forensic testing. Perhaps the biggest lesson was simple but powerful. Science continues to improve, and justice must improve with it. An investigation is never truly over if new technology can reveal the truth. These 7 investigations changed crime solving forever. They introduced DNA analysis, digital forensics, genetic genealogy, better evidence preservation, stronger cooperation between agencies, and entirely new investigative techniques. Every major criminal investigation today benefits from lessons learned during these historic cases. While technology continues to advance with artificial intelligence, improved forensic laboratories, and more sophisticated investigative tools, one thing remains unchanged. Every breakthrough exists for one reason: to uncover the truth, deliver justice, and provide answers to victims and their families. Which investigation surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy true crime documentaries that focus on real investigations, forensic science, and the history behind famous cases, don't forget to subscribe for more videos every week.